This is another video from San Francisco Trans March 2008. It's a performance by Thea Hillman called T. And it gives me a lot of hope because it's about one queer seeking to understand another group of queers. And after all, folks, aren't we just a bunch of queers? Fuck yeah.
And this is a piece called Testosterone. Sometimes I think I'm really different from you. You see, the queerer I am, the more I think I'm different from everybody else. It's as if there's this scale of queerness, and every degree of queerness takes me further from other people and even further from other queers. And since I'm intersex, I often think I'm at this frontier of queerness, one of the last survivors of the Donner Party, having buried many of my intersex compatriots along the dangerous journey and having eaten the others. Being a queer pioneer means sometimes I think you don't understand me. Not only that, sometimes I don't think I understand you either. As I learn more about being intersex and stop taking hormones, and as my friends and lovers learn more about their transgender selves and start taking hormones, I often think we're moving even further away from each other. But it hit me recently that that's just isolation talking and shame and fear, because I do understand on some level what my trans and butch friends are going through. I know intimately what they're going through. I know what their bodies are going through. And not just because I've had sex with some of them. I know because I've been a female-bodied person on T. You know, I promised myself just a few years back that I'd never use that term T. It seemed too familiar. It reeked of a false intimacy, like a used car salesman, like someone giving you a nickname when they barely know you. I wondered if people use the term, would you guys not do that, please? I only have 5 minutes. Thanks. Thanks, it's cool. It's all good. I wondered if people use the term T because testosterone took too long and had too much baggage, you know, that baggage attached to men. I wondered if not saying testosterone out loud fed into people's denial. When people around me use the term T, I often think they're trying to remake it, as if changing the word, making it theirs, ours, would change what it signified. And I guess it did. And I guess that's why I love language and why I love queers. But I swore I would always say testosterone out loud, its full length in my mouth. And I don't know when I stopped doing that, because now it seems like I've been saying T for as long as I can remember. For as long as I can remember, and from way before then when I couldn't remember because my brain was still developing, my body was different than what people expected because of testosterone. Even before I was born, some little glitch occurred, some switch was pulled that would affect my body and the way my brain is wired. As a young child, most likely if adults got a glimpse of me in a bathroom or the changing room at a pool or at school, I think they would have felt anxiety, which is not unlike the experience of every butch and trans person I've dated for the last decade, except that I was a little kid. Deep in my body, the body before conscious sex, the body before conscious sex, I think my body knew that it shocked people. I think my body scared people. I think my body bespoke of desires that nobody is supposed to have at that age, and that no one in society is supposed to associate with a child that age. Today, I can tell you that those flashes of unexplained tension and anger was testosterone running through me. Sound familiar? Flashes that no one knew to look for and that no one could understand. Where am I now? That no one could understand. You know, I wonder if I know from before knowing what it feels like when you get your weekly shot. I wonder if my body doesn't know the pulsing surge of energy that makes you want to fuck everything in sight or hit something or double over because it's all so intense. I know what it's like to build muscle easier than other girls. I know what it's like to run your hands over your thighs and feel their hardness, seeing the definition lines appear more easily than before. I know what it's like to find those thicker hairs on your face, although I probably greet them with a less ecstatic welcome than you do. I know what it's like to have acne that's not attached to a period in your life when everyone's reading, "Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret," and wondering what sex is like. I know what it's like to feel something coursing through your body that's making you different than the people around you. And I know what it's like to feel that some people want to fix you, some people want to fuck you, and some people just want to cry. I think ultimately that I know that feeling, the queerest one of all, a sickening and soaring, a kite, a bird, a falling stone, the pit in your stomach, the queerest feeling of all, the one that maybe you have too, that for longer than I can remember, I've had desires larger than my body could contain. Thank you. Thank you, man. It's totally